everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am very excited to finally have this video up. I've been working on this the whole week, and this is day 1 to day 7 of my December daily. And you'll see there that I printed out my photo on some letter-sized photo paper, and I didn't like the way that my printer printed it out the first time, so I just swapped the paper around. It's double-sided photo paper, semi-gloss I think, so I just glued it down and I matted my photo, and it's a photo of my Christmas tree, and I thought it would be a very nice start to my December daily if I started off with day 1 with the Christmas tree, getting into the Christmas spirit and all of that. So I really wanted to have my December daily correspond each day with the day, like the first little photo was on the first day, second day, and so forth. However, that didn't quite work out as well as I planned. Some of them are on the day that the photo or the event happened. Some of them was like maybe 1 day ahead, just because of the fact that I have to record and all of that. But it all happens in December, and it's all happy and Christmassy. So I did do some journaling for this. I typed some journaling out on my typecast little typewriter, and I'm just going to be gluing those little strips on right onto my onto my photo there. There's some empty space on the photo, and I thought that would be perfect for that. And I ripped off the little Christmas tree. Yeah, don't know why. So I just stick it back down there. And that is my first little layout and day 1 of my December daily. Okay, so this is day 2 of December that I am documenting, and you'll see just a few seconds ago I was working in a different book setup. Now what happened was, I don't know if you saw my kit reveal or my product discussion, but I did say that the album was really thick and those rings weren't big enough, so I would have to do something different to fix that. And as it turns out, my album is really thick, so what I did was I bound my album. And if you are interested in knowing how to do this type of binding where you make your own book, I will leave a link below. It is an album that I did quite a while ago for our family photos of 2017, and it's different sizes, but the principle is exactly the same. So what I did is I took the acrylic plates, the acrylic book ends that I got from Annais Craft, and their holes for the circles are still inside here. However, I just put some paper, stuck some paper with my ATG on here, and then I made the book. So this still has the beautiful acrylic covers end to end, but it is now, I have now a spine, and it's all bound together. And this also allows for a lot more embellishments and thicker embellishments. It was going to be difficult to use all of the these beautiful acrylic pieces in my and wood veneer pieces from Annais Craft in my album. So what I thought, this would really be better, and it is not so thick, it is not like a massive spine, so this will work perfectly. I am planning on putting some red fabric on the end of on my spine when all is done and finished. When all of the manhandling is finished, I am planning on doing that, so watch the space for that, or some white fabric. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but as you can see here, it is still very stiff. The pages are very stiff, but they will loosen up as time goes by, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do today is day 2, and I am going to be documenting this photo of the finished gingerbread houses that we made. And we made one for Lucy as well, because obviously she needs to be represented as well in all the photos, and my 3 older children made their own gingerbread houses. I built the house, and then the kids decorated them, and they had so much fun. And this year was a success, and nothing broke, and none of the houses fell apart. So it was a lovely experience. So let me get started with my process. So this page is very simple as well. I try to keep my December daily as basic and as simple as possible. I try to do each page in between 10 to 15 minutes. obviously it's sped up here. So I just stick my photo down straight onto that red with my ATG. I didn't put any matting behind it. It's got quite a nice little frame around it. So I wanted to put something in the corner, like a little tag. So I'm just going to use my 1-hole punch and punch straight through the paper there, and hang that little house, because it's a gingerbread house. And well, the tag is not a gingerbread house, but it's about little houses. So I thought it would be cute if I put one of those little tags from the crepe paper collection in there. And I do use my little eyelet tool thing there. However, these eyelets are very hard, and I had to really bear down to try and get them punched. But you see the effect that gives. It just gives it a very nice finished look. So I am going to be changing this little house in the end. You'll see on day 3 I make something different. I'll keep that a secret, and I make something different to hang in there. And I also do some journaling for this layout, or for this little photo. And you see how I'm propping up the left-hand side of my book there, because if it's flat, the whole book sort of flops off to the one side. So I did my journaling again on the typecast, and I wanted to do it above and below the photo. So I did it in sort of a diamond shape, so that the top bit is the top, above the photo will be the top bit of the diamond, and then below will be the bottom bit of the diamond. And there you see how it goes. So that's just the story of the gingerbread houses, and that I just told you. And that is it for day 2. Now you'll see what I'm going to be replacing that little house with. I am going to be sticking some of those stickers. Sorry, I thought that was the end. But I'm going to be using some of those pink fresh stickers, or little chipboard words, and that is from the Paper Issues December kit. And they are sort of dipped, half of them is dipped in a very faint white paint, and that is stunning. So my title for this page is just going to be Gingerbread Houses. And they are really cute little words, and the sticky at the back is really sticky, and they come off really easily from the plastic. So that's really sweet, and I love the fact that they're wood veneer and they are the wood color. I also bring in some Heidi Swap color shine. Sure, I really thought I was finished over there. Clearly I wasn't. So, anyway, some really tiny splatters with my Heidi Swap color shine over there. And that is it. On to day 3. So for day 3, I'm going to be doing some fusing. And you see I've got my fuse tool out there, and it's busy getting hot. And I have a video of how to use a fuse tool. I'll put that down. I'll link that down below. It's just how to make pockets and little shaker pockets. And I thought I would make a little shaker pocket of a little house, because that day, you see at the beginning of my little segment there, the kids had a camp out on one of our massive balconies. We have useless massive balcony. So we put up a tent, and they slept outside in the tent for the night on the balcony, and they loved it. So that is going to be my day 3 that I'm documenting. So I thought I would put this little blue house as part of this day. However, I'm going to be changing it up with day 2, the little house I hung on the side of day 2. So there you see, I probably had my fuse tool on for about 20 minutes, half an hour at that stage, and this is real time that I'm using it right now. So you have to let each little spoke, you have to feel the spoke clicking over, and you've got to sort of feel how it melts the paper or the plastic. So it is cumbersome and it is tedious, and there's a lot of other words that I could use in the description of using this wonderful little complicated tool. not complicated, cumbersome little tool, but I will not use them. I will not use those words. So yeah, so this took a bit of time, but in the end it's got a really nice effect. And you have to be patient with your fuse tool. You really have to let each of those little spokes click over. I'm not sure other brands. This is the We Are Memory Keepers brand fuse tool. I'm not sure how the other brands fuse tools look or work. I can just speak from my experience with this fuse tool. If you're patient, then things do go your way. However, if you just run it through the ruler quickly or down the side of the ruler quickly, it's not going to work that well. So I have some white or some clear confetti, sprinkle, whatever you want to call them there. And I'm going to be adding some gold sequins to that as well. I wanted it to look like these little snowflakes and little magical things happening with the little house there. So I'm just going to be fusing it shut. And there you go. This is also real time. You see how gingerly I'm going along with it. And yeah, this does take time. But in the end, it's all worth it, and it's not so frustrating in the end. If you do it properly, it's not a frustrating thing. So you'll see what I'm going to be doing with my shaker pocket in a little bit. Just going to be punching my little hole in the top there. I am going to be using a little eyelet there. Again, those eyelets are incredibly strong, so you've really got to muster all your strength to get them done. So I wanted to put it over there. You know, there's already a hole in the page, and but then I decided not to put it over there. I'm just going to be using some of my craft foam to pop up my photo, and using a lot of that glue, because the paper at the back, the matting paper I'm using has a lot of glitter on it, and it's thick glitter. So I wanted that, you know, my embellishments on top of that paper to really stick down. There you see I'm putting on a lot of glue there. Those little houses are from the Crate Paper Merry Days collection. They are little tags, and they're the cutest little roses ever. That is it. That is going to be it for that day, I think. Let me just have a look-see. Yes, I'm going to be placing one little chipboard piece on the top left-hand corner of my photo again. But that is it. So I decided to switch up the that little tag with the shaker pocket tag that I made, and I really love how that turned out. Just add some interest. There you go. So that's day 1, day 2, and then day 3. So on to day 4 now. Before I go on to day 4, excuse me, I'm just going to be placing that little, it says holiday wishes, just over there. Shame, my kids really, they're fascinated by snow. And so this little Christmas card is a card my daughter, Emma, she's 7, she made that in class the other day, and it's got all her friends' names in the Christmas tree, and it's really cute how she used the names as ornaments. And I really wanted to document this card, so I am going to be making an extra little pocket in between my pages, and there's lots of space in between the pages. That's what I aimed for when I bound my book, so that if I do put in extra pages, there's lots of room for that. I'm just going to be using some washi, and this is a thick washi. I think it's about just like 1.5 inches maybe, washi tape, and it's strong washi. So I have no clue where I got it, so I can't even direct you in the right direction of where I got it. But it's old, so I don't think you'd be able to get it anymore in any case. So I'm just going to be adding my little pocket, and that is one of the pockets I made when I was still going to use the rings for this book. And yes, so I made that little page protector. It wasn't too bad. I made it out of an old, really old page protector that's for post-bound album, and I don't use post-bound albums anymore. In fact, I've changed all of my albums to D-rings. So yes, so just figuring out what I'm going to do there with, you know, the ends, and that is it. So there I've got an extra little pocket. I just place my card inside and I put a little clip on the top because the card is heavy cardstock, so I didn't want it to fall out. I wanted to put something on the plastic front because it looked a bit empty. Yeah, and I wanted some zhuzh on there as well. So I'm going to use this word, the word joy, from the chipboard sheet from the crate paper, Merry Days collection, and that is it. That's going to be it for my little Christmas card add-in. There you go. That's an easy way to add little bits in. Okay, so on to day 4. I wanted to add another little piece of something to the other side of the page protector that I made. You could see the holes because the washi tape only covered the one side of the page protector. So I've got this ribbon, and it's gold sticky ribbon, but it's very old, so the sticky is completely dried out. There's nothing left of the sticky. So I just used some red line tape to add some sticky back to the ribbon, and there's some gold as well now on that page protector. On to day 4. There you go. So what we usually do every afternoon when the weather is nice, which is now most days of the year, well, most days of this time of the year, of December and January and February at least, we go for walks. I try to go for walks with the kids every afternoon, and we have a little cart for Lucy, and she sits in the little cart you see there, and the kids either have their bicycles where they bike ride with us, or they just walk with me. And we live in a very nice community, and I've said before, this is all the houses look exactly the same. They're cookie cutter houses, but you know, for us at the moment here in Dubai, the house is just perfect for us, and we love our little community. And because most of the houses have 4 bedrooms, it's all families that live here in any case. So there's lots of kids running around and lots of kids going for walks in the afternoons with their parents. So it's really a lovely time of year to be in Dubai. So if you want to come visit Dubai, make sure you come December, January, February, March. March is still okay. Come this time of the year. November is okay as well. But yeah, if you come any of the other months, just be prepared. It gets very hot. So you see that I stuck a chipboard little piece on the back side of that page protector with the little Christmas card in, and just to add something. And I did add from Emma and then December 2018 at the bottom of the card, so that I know exactly who is it from and when and so forth, for in case the card falls out of the album. So I just went through my Merry Days ephemera pack, and I chose some elements to go, because I wanted this this photo is so sweet, and I wanted to really decorate around the photo. And I'm just going to go through all my ephemera and to see what I can stick on it. So I am going to be pulling out my Simple Stories, the kit that I printed out myself as well. And yeah, I just printed it out and fussy cut around all of the little elements, and I just opened it up in Word, resized it and so forth. So you don't even need Photoshop or any funky software to be able to do that. So I'm also going to be using the same word stickers I did on the previous page, or the 2 days ago, the page 2 days ago. And it just says afternoon walks, and that is day 4. So here we go on to day 5, and these are my kids' Christmas lists. Now they are scribbled on some paper, but what I thought is I could make cute little tags and have them write nicely on the tag in their own handwriting. So that is a little glassine bag from the Paper Issues December kit. Some embellishments came in the little bag, so I thought I could use the bag. And I'm just going to be sticking that Dear Santa from crepe paper on the bag and punching a little half circle at the top so that the tags can be easily removed. And each of my kids is going to get a tag, and I'm going to have them write their Christmas lists. See, I still wanted to use the original Christmas list, but yeah, they wouldn't. No, it's not going to work for me. So it would be, you know, I could always just put them in there, and but the thing is that, you know, those lists have to go to Santa, so I can't have the original lists in my book. So those lists have to go to Santa, and I'm going to have them write on the tags I give them, you know, just some copies of the lists that we have to send to Santa. So, you know, that's why I can't put the lists in my book. So okay, so anyway, I'm going to be making my little tags now so that they can just write their lists. And I've got this little tag board, punch board, and I love it. I love this thing. I use lots of tags in my mini albums, and yes, I'm just going to be putting down some lines for them. And it's so easy to make these tags, really. I mean, it adds so much interest, and it's such an interactive aspect to your album. And there you go, 3 little lists. Lucy is still a bit teeny tiny for a list, so she's not going to have a list. Maybe I should make her a card and just put a handprint on there or something. I think I'll do that, but I'll add that later. So that is day 4, Christmas list. There you go. I'm going to have the kids write their lists. Their lists are quite private, so I don't want, yeah, so I'm just going to be letting them write on their lists a bit later on. So for day 6, a friend and I went to have some coffee, and we do have Starbucks here, and I know it is a very popular thing to put some Starbucks goodies in your December daily, but for that day we went to a place called Costa Coffee, and it's very nice. Their coffee is actually, I like their winter selection better than Starbucks. So I'm going to be putting my photos straight onto that that paper there, just with my ATG, and so you'll see there's lots of cream on that. I'm busy doing the keto, I'm on a keto diet, so I can have cream. I can have cream. I can have cream on anything and everything, and it's working. Just a testament, keto really works. So I made a little pocket out of that photo, and I'm going to be journaling on that little tag. It's also from the Crepe Paper collection, just adding my little twine to the tag. So I wanted something interesting on this little wood veneer piece. It's from Annais Craft. I'll leave the link below. And I haven't done this before. This is my first time, and it turned out fabulous. I think I burnt the embossing powder a little bit. I think I had my heat tool too close to the little embellishment. Next time I will not have it that close to the embellishment, obviously, but it looks fine. You really can't see it. It looks, I mean, there's really nothing, you know, it worked really well. And I just used my Versamark ink there. It's got a shimmer to it. I don't think it was specifically made for embossing. However, it worked perfectly for this for this purpose. And I'm using some Zing embossing powder there. I'm not sure what's the color called, but it is a very nice deep red. And yeah, I'm holding my heat gun. Maybe I just held it too long. I love to see how how it changed and how it sparkled. You see there, it goes black a bit, but it's okay. I stuck it down in any case. I mean, it's part of the process, and it's part of my learning as well. And how, yeah, you see, I'm holding this thing too close. But anyway, it's okay. So there you go. And it looks really, and it sparkles, and it's glittery, and it's lovely, and I love the dipped wood dipped look, and there I'm just feeling if everything is done. And you can see on the G, it's a bit scorched, but it's fine. I have no issues with that. It's going to go in my album and it's going to look fabulous. So there you go. I'm just going to be sticking that down with some wet glue, and I'm using a lot of wet glue on there. I don't want it to fall off. And there you go. And you can't see it on the screen here, but in the photo I focused in on the cream, and the cream is so nicely in focus, and the rest of the photo is sort of out of focus. So all that yummy cream, you can see there a little bit of the photo. So I'm just going to be doing my journaling, just telling how we love to sit at Costa Coffee, and how I love to put cream on my coffee, and that is it. That is it for that day. I did go to Starbucks, but they've sold out of all their, some Starbucks have sold out already, and it's not even really like the end of Christmas yet. Sad. Anywho, so I'm just going to be doodling around the border of my tag, and this is day 6. Yay! So for day 6 I am using this little it's a vellum envelope that I've had in my stash for years. Excuse me. And I thought it would be the perfect little pocket for to have some more tags in. Now, our house elf stole my phone and put an app on my phone, and it's about Santa, and Santa left a messages for each of my kids, and it's amazing. And Santa, I mean, he knows the kids, and he knows their ages, and he knows what they like, and he knows all of that. So, and he was so encouraging to the kids as well. So as part of this app, you know, there's some of those little Snapchat filter thingies, and my kids just had a ball with them. So I've got 2 of my kids' photos there, the 2 boys. Andre is the Santa, and Etienne chose to be a little elf. I did have a photo of Emma, however the photo was way too big and I couldn't crop it down anymore. So I'm just going to have her retake her photo with a little Snapchat filter there. And then I'll put the photo on a tag as well. So I wanted to put all the photos on a tag. Lucy will also be included in the on a little tag there. So then I just add my photos to the tag. I do doodle around the border of the tag and around the photo, so that it just adds some dimension and, you know, some interest. And as I said, I love using tags on photos in my mini albums, and it's a great way to add lots of photos to one page. You just stick them in a little pocket or an envelope, and there you go. I didn't want to put a mat on this page, so I just left it white. And I really liked the way that ended up. So I have this little Christmas ornament I bought. It's a little sock that says ho ho ho, and I thought it would be perfect for this page. And I'm going to be punching a hole straight through the page to the other side. You see that I just checked what's on the other side, that I don't damage it or damage my tool or punch through something I don't want to punch through. And I cut off the little craft, or the little rope bit that the ornament was on, because I wanted uniformity in my little book. So I'm just going to be using my own twine, and I have a little star eyelet that I am using. I've run out of the gold ones, so I'm going to be carrying on with the star eyelets, and it's going to be a nice mix with the gold star and the plain round gold eyelets. I do use a lot of the ATG on this pocket, because I want the pocket to be secure. I don't want it to fall off or droop or anything like that, and I do smooth it out quite a bit so it's stiff. And I do put some twine through all of my little tags as well, just to add some uniformity and some interest. and all of that. And that is it. At the end, you'll see I'm going to be paging through my little album that I have so far. I do doodle around that, and at the end of this video, you'll see I do stick a photo of, I stuck a chipboard Santa from the crepe paper collection on the envelope, just so that it was a bit bare and way too red for my liking in the end. But that is it, and that was day 1 to 7. Please, if you wouldn't mind, pop a like down below if you like what you see. And there's my little flip through of my December daily so far, and I will see you again at the end of next week. I thought I would do weekly videos instead of every day. Every day gets a bit much, so then you can have a coffee while you watch this video. I know this video was long, and thumbs up to you that stuck through this. So you'll see now what I did with day 7. I'll see you again soon. Bye. And here you'll see the little Santa I just stuck on there.